And hello everyone. I didn't even start. Completely forgot about this. Anyway, there are 3 tickets, so just select one of them. Number 3. Two. You want to check something here? That's them. Then let me check number 2. Number 2 is nothing. Будем чекать. Alright. Let me close this. And well, for some reason Steam is not loading anything. Let me close it. No, where's the hidden my chat? Done. Alright, let me check the sound. This is test. Looks like everything's working. So what was here? Little cats never do they know the real fury of the Elder Wolves. These codes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean, however? Means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Babalis ink have all of Genfa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. You know? You must not have figured out that it was all burnt yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, the country's economy has taken a big hit. Genfa is in financial chaos as we speak, because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. Who cares? Thank you. Rob guest for tickets. Actually, the last one left. Maybe I'll leave it for tomorrow. I need to buy my tickets. If I forget to buy it, it will be just one. Actually, I'll send myself a message. Buy more tickets. None of this. Confirmation update. No records indicate that you received a letter. What the heck is this? What did I receive? Well, in 2021? Who cares about this? It was like 4 years ago. Orange Cat. And Elephant. Again, instead of playing, actually... Trying to read all the work-related information, emails, etc. And tell the difference. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've stuck the owner of the House of Lankanses. That's why you don't need physical money at all. No coins, no bills, and no one will be able to fake them. Actually, what the heck is this? Why the heck I have in extract some explanation about transition? There was another update for Twitch, etc. And with every single update, there's new and new problems. Well, and you must update because the old version is simply not working. Alright, I've stuck the owner of the House of Lankanses and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this homeless. Mastermind? Already dead? They had how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Genfa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. It's not. He's called to get home, so the real criminal, this one, would avoid the punishment. It's kinda obvious. Agent Lang, don't start. It's not your fault. It's not everyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Always? Wait a second. Look, Orange Cat. It means the same as there's always shall be people who use physical gold. Currency is not real. Currency must be supported by gold. In the past, people were using gold. And they were forced to use currency. So currency not supposed to exist in the first place. Gold can easily be transferred into bank cards. No. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. Yeah, they were already physical states, and there's already digital states. Why the heck there's something in between of it? Currency. In this case it could be something else, not just currency, but I don't know, stones? Nobody's using stones? Nobody needs it? Nobody knew that stones were used as currency. Actually, stones were used in currency in some countries. These are huge stone coins in Indonesia. Other real metal gems. Till somebody, till some asteroid fall into the surface of the Earth and will be full of gold. 10 tons. I mentioned this. Damn exactly? Like, don't understand it. I said only physical money, bills and coins. This. Cash and change. Physical currency. Bank card for you, it's not physical currency, it's physical. The phone. Actually, I don't have bank card. I have a phone application. I'm paying with my phone, usually. Cargo Civil. How's your empty brain? You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. Take full responsibility for the night. End of story. Tekna, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. Don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Don't worry. In 50 years, there definitely will be no currency. Physical currency, I mean. You, Wolfman, and the secretary lady, hold it! Objection, Paul! Have a gumshoe. You got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Usually, when you go into some store and they accepting only physical money, just not paying anything. You go into a restaurant and say, we are not accepting bank cards. Okay, I'm just leaving. I ate already everything. It's not my problem that they cannot pay. Just as I thought. Good work, detective. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Still I'm far from ending. Agent Schichner, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. Also, what I'm concerned about are germs. Every single bill is full of someone's germs, and not just someone's, tons of people. Just don't want to touch them. Yes. How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu? When you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Schindler hasn't touched the bubble investigation at all. So I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Telegraphs. Yes, Edgeworth. Can't even begin to imagine what's going on in the head of yours. Maybe currency already an outdated thing in the economy. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate to the rest of the day? I'm trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm trying to pick a fight, and the evidence hardly flimsy, as you'll see. Should know that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It appeared that way. Well, I prove your innocence. So let's see what you got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Finally be acting as prosecutor and not some kind of attorney. With pleasure. When I open an argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Bubble and establish exactly who it was that Key saw. Agent Lan, assuming you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean this suspicious person in the card that she saw? That's right, the person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Again, there was a message that I can see on my phone. Oh, Sniper's consecutive streams. 7 of them. Pretended? What do you mean by that? Get to that in a second, but first, I want to review what this person, Key, so did. Key, if you could please explain. Oh, by the way, I'll tell you something else about bills. Bills are the way to avoid paying taxes. And I hate this because all my taxes are going to the government, but some people escaping it by using bills. Ideal spherical particular in vacuum? For example, street food. You buying food, you giving them bills, and they not paying tax money because they not saying that they sold something. There's no receipts, I mean checks, etc. So they must pay. Okay, you got it. Respond the suspicious person near the open air stage on the bubbly side. Okay, and you can also wash money by using bills. It's also not possible if it's just bank accounts. Pay to me? Why not? Called out to the person, but as soon as I did, the person ran off. So, there's tons of crime, tons of criminals, only because bills exist. Banknotes. So that was rather suspicious, so immediately gave chase. For the sake of arguments, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagrasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chase the Yatagrasu up to the third floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagrasu all the way up to the third floor of the Bubbly's embassy. It was pretty straight chase down the hallway till the sudden turn. The Yatagrasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagrasu run into Mr. Cochin's office, give chase, and run into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. Couldn't see a thing. Felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Wait a second, if knife was always near him, why Shikna saying that she saw the knife in his hand? Carol? Herdo? Dog guy? Where? I can't. So here I see only front faces. Hold on. You mean this? This dog guy? Supposed to be wolf? Sora's head. Crown. Crown. You're missing one letter. Because I see it? Who there? By the way, I had turned on the lights, and the Yatagrasu had disappeared. Yes, Cube, this one. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. I was right. Why do you suppose that you thought that I was talking about birds and not a physical metallic object? Why do you suppose that was a jetlag? Wonderful. What do you mean? Why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh, and how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagrasu had left through the door, they would have run into this person. Take that!
Take that!
Your answer is Shikna. Still don't know how to pronounce your name. Yes, because let's consider what would happen if the Yatagrasu had used the door. When Kay skimmed up on the scar on Mr. Cochin's body, The aggressor would run right into Agent Schittner, who was in the next room over. Hold on, let me check something. I just noticed that all of you lost your subs. Let me fix it. And the increased price for the sub. Not okay. Subscriptions. I can easily fix it. Why? Why not? Also, by the way, if you notice, in chat you can now see your avatars or user pictures. That's it. Now you can get even more points. Agent Schittner, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Integrator could not have escaped. Just means that the creep slipped out before Schittner made it out into the hallway. I doubt that. And there was another person in that hallway, as an detective. Detective Gumshoe. Where were you exactly at that time? Mr. Well, when I heard Skate scream, I ran toward Mr. Caution's office from the opposite direction of Agent Schittner, sir. So, Agent Long, can you explain how someone could eluded both of them? Even you must consider that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! You nailed him! It's just an explanation of what happened. Yes, eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But what about elevator? Somebody was using an elevator. But much earlier. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Long aware as well of yet another possible escape route that Grasu was taken. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must be another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our rolling fireplace full explanation, right? No, not quite yet. But why? So this would be the perfect time. Rolling wall on the bubbly side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, truth may escape us in the end. What is all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Long. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smirk, that attitude of yours, really rubbed me the wrong way. You know that? Well, no matter. I've figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route beside the door in the room's long window. What about fireplace? I mean, you can climb the fireplace up. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, so it was called. That was throwing. Strangely enough, windows are all closed. But now they were opened. I assume then this photo captures the moment of the Edgeworth escape. The detective butt must have filled him in on this photo. It would mean that at first it turned the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Why? Now I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. It's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I saw that photo to be of the Yeti-Grasso's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow on this photo is not the Yeti-Grasso that Kay was chasing after. You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand, the language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo, and why the heck there's no music and I don't know what should I show. Proof that the person Kay saw is not the same. What do we have? Maybe it's too early for this. You even don't know why do you need fire. Spilled probably sink into back? No. Two fire broke out about let's touch. What, there was text? The first fire at the Babalis embassy occurred during the Gemini Ninja show. Fire occurred on the 4th and 5th floors and took until the end of the show to put the fire out. Kingdom Hearts 4? It's a long way for me to get to this game, by the way. So maybe not very soon it will be released, because I would like to play it when it will be released, almost on the same day. The second fire at the Babalis embassy occurred after the Gemini Ninja show. The fire occurred on the 3rd floor. So it's not this one. The photo. So what? Parts of the rose garden pool. After it refills the water. Peak, I have no idea why. Prove that the person saw is not the same. Samurai's dogs, why do we need this shit? Patient flowers? No. What the heck is supposed to show? No, seriously? What the heck? No idea. Okay, you can simply check one by one all of them. Start from something that can be related. Let's see. Revolving fireplace. He said that we are not supposed to say that, right? And prove that the person he saw is not the same as the one in this photo. What the heck? No, Rich Cat. I don't know what to present here. Take that. Take that! It's not reacting. Take that. Take that.
Take that!
Obviously not this one. This piece of evidence proves that the shadow in the photo is not the person Kay saw. Is it right? What do you think? Little miss. What do you think? Mr. Harmer, what do you think, sir? I don't think anything, because I already know that evidence proves absolutely nothing. Looks like you're got a mutiny on your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Last thing I needed was him laughing in my face. So one more time, let's see. I need to think back to what Detective Bat told me about where but of course. This one? Take that.
Take that!
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow on this photo is not the Garasu Keiso. She was thinking about this. He spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the third floor during the second fire. And the photo in question was taken just after the first fire. Yeah, way to go. That's twice you beat him in the butt now. Not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Itagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer Bob, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. As I thought. However, the Yatagarasus escape routes? Now that I can answer. Wait a second, I got it! I got why there was wire. And what was this? It was the starter. They moved the starter between two windows. And if they use window to move the starter, actually, something must be related to passion flowers. They're still growing. Hello, Kratom. So, as I understand, you decided not to stream today. Alright. Actually, flowers means that nobody used, I mean, though. No idea. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me. Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. Nice. So you will not go to sleep, and this means that tomorrow there also will be no stream, right? Actually, I'm planning tomorrow to finish this game. If it's possible. I'm busy heading up the Alabaster investigation, correct? Wrong? Maybe I'm not wrong. In that case, I doubt you'll have much knowledge about the Bubbly's side of the case. So, wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Shechner, explaining my stat? Shechner is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for you, how can I look you in the eyes and call myself your boss? Well, it's alright. And take care of him. Shechner, you've shown me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright. If you're keen, is it? Then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Shechner and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'll like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Bubbly's embassy? During the first Bubbly's fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. How convenient. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu and had appeared in Bubble. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Okay, she can explain the Yatagarasu escaped through the second door, This means she is not Itagarasu. So I was in the next room. I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Itagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Itagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Cochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved along. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct? They calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic! And it wasn't when Agent Schiffner tried to arrest Key under the same rationale? And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? Not that it's unexpected, but it's useless alone to get into such a situation. Also, I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I'll make no excuse for what I did in that situation. And you should apologize right now for making Key out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Schiffner, apologize. I'm sorry. It's really Key, I mean, I'm not under suspicious anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubt you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Schiffner. Then let's put that to the test and see if she's really worthy of your trust. And this promises to be interesting. Alright, where's contradiction here? During the first Bubbly's fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. That's alright. During the second fire, I was searching for you, the Yatagarasu. Okay. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. So I was in the next room. I was unable to catch a glimpse. Come around here. Hold it. You were unable to catch even a glimpse, despite being in the next room? In that room? I hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you're not misremembering something. 2700 hours? That's why I had never started any on Twitch. No? An action figurine. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Schiffner's testimony lie? Agent Lan, I'm talking Miss Agent Schiffner right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments. Hello, Lex. You know, I feel kinda bad for him. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Man, I'm alright. As for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me. Why is that? Okay, let's show it there, maybe. I'm not sure. Objection. Right. Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office. In the pro is your testimony. Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Actually, do you recall the secret we discovered about the alabaster office fireplace? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabaster isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces, isn't it? The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? Yetagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. Escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now, do you see? If Yetagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would run straight into Agent Shekna, meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yetagarasu. What are the meaning of these smiles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shekna, how you managed to completely miss the fleeting Yetagarasu, or shall I? The claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one he saw in the code, pretending to be the Yetagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shut your code in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shekna. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now, or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Is it heartbeat I hear? What is this ominous sound? Why did you switch places? Shekna? He's still afraid to stand besides her. It's definitely you, obviously. And I always thought about this from the very beginning. Because it was kind of obvious. That laugh. I remember this irritating laugh. And it chills down my spine. It can't be, but it has to be. Shekna, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Wait a second. If you already figured out who is she, isn't it supposed to be the end? Why say it will continue? Well, there's still a lot of mysteries. Funny you say. Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yetagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange. You think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? Think not. It's the prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. You also fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? But you have. If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yetagarasu's escape route. The tone of your voice Your taking is me now has suddenly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. See, I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of this. An agent of Interpol to show me the true power of your mind. It's a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know? I know, and that's why I won't hold anything back either, as I answer your question. My question? As you proved that the revolving fireplace wall in Bubble was used recently. Okay, where is this? Not this one. Foolish road. Not the one. This one? Take that.
Take that!
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes. According to Ambassador Palana's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Caution. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should be there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes went there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up?
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Poliano said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagrosso went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room, by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my fault. What's so funny? And just what is so funny, isn't it? Ash is proof. As proof. Are you even allowing to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? It's really just like being in court. Well, to me, we simply continue from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter, we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here now. I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. I don't have enough water, I must say. Hold on. The music sped up. How far I'm from the end? Can I check something? Some video? Let's open YouTube video. Because if I'm very close, why not to finish it today? What should I search? Slow play. 6 out of 7? 7 out of 7. Okay, opening 7 out of 7. Hold on. Looks like it's not even close. It's not even close! Let me check this one. According to long play, there's more than 3 hours left. And you know what does it mean? For me it will be 9 hours. So even tomorrow I will not be able to finish it. It's so long. Let me look at this. No, there's tons. There's tons of plot. In my eyes, all your proof is that the rotten fireplace, well, was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace. Now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Horton's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument. That's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. Which one? Now that key? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Hey, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off it. This chase you're running to change the truth. You must see it through to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth, you're right, I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Shihan, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry, this will be the deciding match, you'll see. Sorry, Agent, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Shihan, shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, rotating fireplace wall was used. You can't really call that proof. Okay. He meant the code, but of course. That character is actually a wooden doll programmed for annoying love? Some costly items? Okay. So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence that we don't have. We already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing. But we found a single suspicious thing. Should I show it or should I press it first? Hold it. Who knows what this game thinks? Because I have suspicious thing inside the office. The ink, of course. So you really didn't find anything? Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. Also, as you already know, we did find the Yatagarasu's key and the document detailing the smuggling operation. But we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the bubbly snipe handle yet. You see, my subordinates worked hard to investigate everything. So there was nothing else to find, alright? Oh, John Langs really stinks up all his people. What is this? Then this says, all men are brothers, and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family, and their families are my family too. This was a large family you have there. Yes, but as we all know, there's always one black sheep in any family. And though it pains me, Agent Lan, you will know the black sheep in your family. Black, of course. So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway? No, I haven't found any yet. And what are we going to do? There's no need to worry. Because there's a loophole in Miss Interpol Agent's argument we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Bubbly's investigation was not Agent Long, which means that with Agent Schickner in charge, it is possible she may have tampered with the evidence. Piece of evidence that we found. There's one thing I do know is that someone trying to hide it from us. Which one? What did we have? The guide? No. See nothing right now. Okay, let's press it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Hold it!
It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace. Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Polana and Mr. Caution. Curses. Should know better than to think that Yatagarasu would have been so careless. There must be some sort of evidence that I still have yet to find. Take it you have no further objections? Let's start from the beginning. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Holy shit. Hold it.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you are saying my explanation is not good enough. But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough. Even for you, Paul. Fold git? No git. Looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned. How about it? Should watch what you say, Paul. So I can't say I disagree with you, that one. But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But you can't really call that proof that they get the Yatagarasu in the fireplace. Hold it.
Hold it!
So you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace? That's right. Well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? Don't need to prove anything to you. Objection!
Hold it!
Hey, if you could please not steal my line. Sorry. Just couldn't hold it in anymore. Well, don't threaten and leave you to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch. You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Holy shit. Hold! Even hold is not working. Hold it!
Hold it!
I need to scream now. So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babylon's embassy? Yes, investigators who weren't allowed into Alabasta were incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any sign of the Yuzugarasu.
Objection!
Yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Caution's, correct? I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace of that room, and for that, I'm sorry. No need to apologize, Shino. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes, so allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry. No, maybe this guy is not such a bad guy after all. He apologizes for his subordinates and everything. What a great boss. Are you saying that I don't do anything for my own subordinates? No, nothing of the sort, sir. If someone really respects her, even if you are a bit too strict sometimes, then that's only a problem on your end. Oh, way to be super hard on him in response. Really too strict on everyone. Anyway, Shekna, you didn't find anything in Mr. Cochan's office, right? That's right. We finished our investigation. Not a single suspicious thing. Didn't I press already everything? One more time. Let's see. Which statement can be wrong? All you proved, and then the rotating fireplace wall was used. It was used. Can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace. So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? I believe we must show something here. Who was it that used the rotating wall? And what do you have? What does it say? There are signs the revolving fireplace wall on Bubble's side has been used. It was used. The wire. Good length of wire that was found wound up inside Bubble grandfather clock. Nobody found the wire actually. He found not a single suspicious thing. Maybe I should show here, because suspicious things were inside the office. Also logical. Let's show why here. I don't know. Objection.
Objection!
Indeed. While you're saying that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation. Abduction. Are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything? Aren't we full of ourselves standing there insulting Interpol agents? You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I never do that, however, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? Length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what, you found this in the Bubbly's embassy not long ago. What? And you found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochan's office. Found that at the scene of Mr. Cochan's murder? But this wire wasn't all we found. found one other very important thing. Next month, in Mr. Caution's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What in the state I am? That's evidence of something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So, whatever it was, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a regression made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. So there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression. How so? Don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort, but rather I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yetogarasu. Still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents work under the command of Agent Schichner. And is it not possible that the reason the person he was chasing Jill the Sockdown was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Furthermore, I've come to see that Agent Schichner was only pretending to be investigating the Yetogarasu to the point of arresting Kay. In that case, there's one location that no one has yet to inspect. Since investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location, this room, now we go and investigate it?
Take that!
The location, Agent Schichner, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Caution's office warrants a thorough inspection. And if you do that, doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Schichner's the Yetogarasu? Yes, my logic is sound. I believe she is. But I'm not going to let you get away with writing the name of the Yetogarasu. But can you prove she's the Yetogarasu? Is the question. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. Just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this, I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. Had him use the same escape route and the Yetogarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? Yes. It's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and bubbly ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value which I am about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth found some things you really need to see, sir. So, what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, a pair of shoes, sir. Found a coat? Heard that, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Schichner, Were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. This case on your coat supposed to be some ink. Why is he actually answering it like this? Should say they are not suspicious because they belong to someone who's, I don't know, working in this room. Thank you for bringing them to me. It says Dmitri. May I have them back now? These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. How can that be allowed to examine them? They're personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission. I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Long, let's hear your opinion on this. Wonky lump? Say let them look at your stuff, Shigna. Long. Shigna, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, and you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now, let us begin. So, which of Agent Shigna's belongings are you going to examine, sir? Makeup? Shoes? Coat, of course. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir. Yes, you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Shigna. The Yaturasa that Kei saw was wearing a coat, and I began to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That suit probably got on my coat and was helping the police put out the fire. They're supposed to put it on fire now and see if it will be a green light or not. And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with salt from when I was helping with the fire. 1 kilo? Don't think so. Think you can get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, Paul. This is the same pattern of tears that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know? So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, maybe we will need to use this law. Which I can. How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? What did I do? This coat is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. And been hoping to find the coat that the person he saw was wearing. And thanks to you, he proved that going through the fireplace with Sally coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the price, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance of the coat hem is. Looks like I'm going to show the ink. And you think you can do that? Of course I can. This is the dark substance. It's solid, the hem of this coat. Miss my ink. Take that.
Take that.
Bubbly's ink? Yes. This is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Poliana, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. Told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. The point is that he spilled some ink into the back wall of the fireplace at the time. And the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Bubbly's ink. It would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Itagura-san, but you're not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Bubbly's ink on the coat hem. But I do! and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I'll prove that the dark substance on the coat is bubbleless ink. Burn the coat! We can find out whether that is bubbleless ink or not by lighting it on fire. Are you going to prove that it's bubbleless ink? Yes. If you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'll appreciate it. Because I will show you, and now, that the dark substance is, what? Dark substance. She does certainly do this, but I'm going to have to cut off a bit of your coat. Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore, anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something. I've got some matches, now let's scan them with me, so I can light small bombs. And if I could please have one key. Get this experiment underway. Actually, not supposed how you're supposed to use a smoke bomb. It must be self-inflammable. It's so easy to do, but using matches. But you need to use it as soon as possible. In less than 1 second. Still no matches. The flame! In the same color, the flames that crystal oil produces, which means bubbleless ink is a product of wheat crystal oil, and when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe that time has come to claim the Yatagarasus of the ink. Shikna, you're the fake Yatagarasu, the one who killed my father. It's about time you came clean, Agent Shikna, or should I say, Callista you? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how serious are you? Do I look like the joking type to you? Callista you? I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking, and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years. An defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday, and then tried to frame me for it. Oh really? And you have a proof? You said that I am this Callista you, woman, but you can't prove it by using DNA easily. I have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me. The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. I think that raven are sleeping at night. However, the light of dawn has arrived. It will reveal your true, ugly form to the world. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callista you? I do. It's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years. How perfume can help? Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will came. For we have finally come to the end. Prove her to be Callista you with this, and claim this Yatagarasu wins for good. But how can this have? No, seriously, how? Heal is presented. Take that.
Take that.
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callista you. It's real? Fingerprints, you mean? Wooden doll. Smells. What? Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 days ago. Actually, this means that a few of her fingerprints are all here as well. Yes, that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Baron Faraday, that it's stored under the right conditions. If stored under the right conditions, fingerprints can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still in here. Every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Shehan. Will you submit yourself to fingerprint test? Holy shit. It looks like you've seen right through me, yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callista? You? So you're showing your true face at last. Still enough, but you know, it's even greater than that time, 7 years ago. You know, you are... And I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted, idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along? Hmm? Who? A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time? They're good, maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Mr. You, the one who killed my father 7 years ago. You, aren't you? The fake Edgeworth. That's right, Mr. You. You're just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Edgeworth. Listen, you, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, King Faraday. Had you not used Edgeworth's gadgets, I might never know who you are. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. You don't. I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. Really just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. But of course. Key! Key, go right now, pal. You despicable. Look of me, you filthy. You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Edgeworth. But it's impossible. I was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Edgeworth has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons why the Edgeworth will always be one step ahead. First, the Edgeworth always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Edgeworth always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. That can be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Edgeworth? The real identity of the Edgeworth is... neither person. The real identity of the Edgeworth is neither Born Friday nor Callista Young. But by the same token, they are also both the real Edgeworth. How very perceptive of you. No way. The single person known as the Great Thief Edgeworth never existed. Mr. Edgeworth, I refuse to believe this. Edgeworth is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. Edgeworth always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. Edgeworth always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And who the third one? Detective Bent? And skill number 3. Edgeworth doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Indeed. All this time there were 3 Yatagarasu. Take a bet. It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. The sub member of the Yatagarasu? You. Been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you. Hi, Mr. Rat. Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. We were such a great team. Then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why did? That's nothing personal, really. It was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? You're wary of this. And it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop! It's over, Shekhnah. You left! That's long! You idiots. What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? More bot? Wonderful. I'm sorry, little bot, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she's a spy, doesn't change the fact that she's my subordinate. And as long as she is, can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you. You are an idiot, you know that? That's fine with me. Should know by now that this is just how I am. Yes. I want you to conduct a full body search. Shekhnah might have another weapon in her. Alright. Have the gumshoe. Your assistance, please. Sir. Hey, I found something. What is it, sir? It's like the blades of a knife. But it doesn't have a handle. It's a great find, detective. It is, sir? Let's try pairing up this blade with this handle. Take that.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. These blades must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. Need to go return this bubbly knife now. Alright. I trust that you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Paliana. Bubbly knife handle, you detective Gumshoe. Whatever. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Callista Young. But the only time the handles could be switched just after Mr. Caution's murder. But why switching them? Which means that you must be Mr. Caution's killer. I killed Mr. Caution with the alabaster knife. Switch the handles and then took the original blade of the bubbly knife with you. God damn it. But why doing this? Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Key near the open air stage. Well, reading tons of text every single day. That's him. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of murder. That's about sum it up. Have an engaging tale, adventurers, but there are 2 problems with it. Problems? In what respect? Why do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? And was also I could capture Key Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewater Land, I knew right away that you were born Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Caution's murder on me. Yes, I knew you would show up in the embassy tonight, so I thought to use you. But pinning them on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Edgeworth. I'm going to take little thief away from you? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should. Had a tough time recovering that precious key. And the person who stole the Edgeworth's key was Mr. Faraday? You. Incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Edgeworth was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. And why? Why did you become a member of the Edgeworth? Why? There's no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What that's supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now, to this day. This means that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? Then the real ring leader is still out there, pulling the strings. Well, kinda obvious who is it. This one. Retired army man? Oh, but of course. You're done asking what you need to know? Because if so, you should probably get going. And you're going to tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand? Shikhna? Yes, I should tell you, then, that I was the one who set the Bubbly's embassy on fire. And why did you do that? I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. It was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then, why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. And my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait. I mean... You mean Miss Schichner? Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, this fell at my feet. What about them? Such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, they should return them to you. Can't have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. What is this piece of evidence? No, I want to keep them. See yourself. Oh, that's right. You almost forgot. Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor? Yes, Agent Long? Mark my words, I am not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain his injured leg. It's finally working. Like I've peered into your heart a little, you know? Why it was not added as evidence? And it's so cold and dark, probably lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands, the one who thought my father was a problem to be removed. That person is the real ring leader behind the smuggling ring. Searchers, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on these hair sticks for me? Really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for Jimmy Ninja's show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. It's a bit of sauce stuck on the the ends of the sticks. Guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight, the dawn of another day. Hey Bobs, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for Aaron all these years. No, but don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. This I can retry in this. Let me check. Hero stick with a candy stripe pattern on them. Some dirt on the tips. Hey, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. There's dirt on him. So they ruin the beauty of the hair stick. I suppose. Why the dirt stuck on the end of a hair stick in the first place? Brilliant, why? The design of these things are rather eccentric for hair sticks. Really? Well, if they're that strange, what should I do with them? To say, these are by far the most bizarre hair sticks I've ever seen. In any case, King, there's something I've been meaning to ask. How exactly do you stick that hair stick of yours into your hair like that? That's a secret, Himitsu. Curiouser and curiouser. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. Sold everything. But that's just it. We haven't sold everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, Dave Grasso, were chasing after. The legend of that Grasso is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. It's really true, Uncle Matt? Were you also part of the Yategrasso? As I said to you earlier, Kane, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Matt. Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's not just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? No, but... Wait, no, you're no longer a detective. So, but I'd like to ask you about the Yategrasso. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give this back to you. These are the pages from my KGA case files that the Yategrasso stole from my office. Wait, what? I said it was old man with a beard, but no glasses. Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So the Yategrasso who stole into my room was you, was it? Great. Then that means what? Tell me it's not true. It's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true. And it's not something you want to hear. The KJ8 incident. That's a very emotionally trying case. I stood in that courtroom. Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession. It was proof the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. He was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great well. It's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the court. That's what we thought at the time. It's Harvey from the Yategrasso. Hold on, but she's not older sister, she's younger sister. So, 7 years ago, she was 22 years old, and 10 years ago, she was just 12. So I don't quite understand how. I want to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with their money group. Mr. Mana's conglomerate called also the Integratum and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop higher ups from covering things up. Time traveler? I don't know. Looks like they created Integrasso much later, not immediately, after this case. And then it was finally time. It finally arrived at the moment when we'll find out their ring leader's true identity. As I remember, in some future Ace Attorney game, there will be a time traveling. Told them that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it. But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KJ8 incident? After Faraday's death, I looked into her past, and that's when I found it out that she was a phony. The victim of the KJ8 incident, that's a you. She never had a sister. What? That means Shekna wasn't the only fake name she used. At least the you was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring. She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, his trump card, we are stuck until this page of the case file. Please use it wisely. Trump card? The photo that is stuck on there. Try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. The mark of the Integrasso, but why? There's a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something. Fortune had on him at the time of the KJ8 incident, 10 years ago. Which language is this? What? So the victim of the incident? It says in you. But why in the cards turned with the mark of the Integrasso? The reason why called ourselves the Integrasso was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. What? Apparently orders from the boss come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order is supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently burns a bright green flame when it's set ablaze. So you mean the cards were written in bubbly stink? The fact that the card that Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. He decided that whenever we stole anything, he would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. A thief that used the mark that only those within the ring would know was our message to the ring leader. And we were only a few steps behind. And one more thing, bit of gumshoe. Let me check this card. I'm entrusting this to you. Lollipop? What is this, sir? This is what I was thinking about earlier. On the KJ8 incident trial, where they had this his possession. It's important. Definitive piece of evidence. So that was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago. Oh no, I need to actually make some tea. It's very hard to read all this without any water. So I'll be right back in a few minutes. What is this? Let's see. Flame test colors. Bubble is ink. So what is green one? Actually, I saw this video, I believe, many years ago. I cannot see any green. Oh, here it is. Fluorite. Copper? But of course, what else could it be? Alright. Now I can continue. The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Omano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. Disliked. But he forced him to tell us where it was found after the other day's kidnapping case. Why is he doing it videotape? This video? What? The KJ8 incident is not the case in which the unwritten CSU was murdered. What? No, actually, the true green is on the left. Can't read the name. Barium? Where's Blackfire? The smuggling. This was also when the group of the Edgeworth was first formed. Are the events of this case connected to that case from 10 years ago somehow? Also blood. Spy belongs to Detective Faith, was killed in my office by Mr. Portsman. Sadly, it would appear that he was partnered with anyone but a good prosecutor. Dodonium? What about white? Sun is white, isn't it? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you! Name the same video, and the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from you. It would seem that even he was caught up in the ring swap. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. Now with that, was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence. Wait a second, what was the point to steal something if you can simply burn it? Just start fire. There's no need to get inside the office. Now, that card was not the calling card of the Edgeworth, but rather a directives card from the Ringleader to Mr. Porter. Also, his office was the next one. He can simply destroy the wall, steal everything and start fire to cover everything. So, wall was destroyed because of fire. But this is Japan, not the United States. How they claim it. So it's not so easy to destroy the wall. CO2 laser vision. What is laser vision? Never heard about this one. Two pieces together make for a strong weapon, however wholesome. The evidence Mr. Portsman sought to withhold from me, and the one that you stole from my office last night. Those pieces are legal, and for me, to use easy ones. Whether you use them or not is up to you. Blackfire. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. And I'm also one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of. You know, but there's no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. Just invincible? It's invincible because of the light. Wait a second, I believe the black lights you can do. Hold on, if you use specific light, the monochrome light. Let's see, monochrome light, black fire. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. It's possible to get the black fire. But of course, that's easy to do. You don't need to change the fire once it's burning. Just need to change the light in the room where you are. Still saying that even now, you really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yategurasu. Don't ever lose your detective spirit. Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir. Is this really the end of a legend? To be continued. So now, we know who the Yategurasu really was. And yet, there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like how the weapons crossed country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security system and entry procedures, except roofs, for example. So, short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggled them in? You'll need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I'd like to go through my evidence once more. Necessary evidence has been removed. Main evidence has been rearranged. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape that the bot gave us. This piece of evidence from the KJ8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. Just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Have Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us. Sure thing, sir. Kinda strange that they're using VCR in the future. Because it takes part after 2020, I believe. When the game was released, they always were about the future, not the past. VCR? Recorder? What is VCR? You mean tape recorder? Never heard about video tape recorder. It's always VCR. Let me check. Never heard about tape recorder. Cannot find a minute. Because it's not tape. Alright, video tape recorder. It's a tape recorder. When it's something very ancient. It's super ancient. In 70s, even 60s, basically in 50s. Well, at that time, there were no cassettes. That's why it was tape. This man, it's Manny Kochan, and he's holding a knife in his hand. This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building. Apartment building? How do you figure that? Why hold a murder weapon when entering the building? Like you, actually read the summary file on the KJ8 incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment. So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building? At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed, and no one could find it. Yes, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano. You can see how this would be a definite piece, and why someone would want to hide it. It's a piece of evidence from 10 years old case. It's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. I actually believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. Chinese language? Poorly translated? The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it, which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader. Well, wait, what was that? That bit you played just now, please show it to me again. The flag. The scar. This is something we cannot overlook. Why that, sir? It's kinda obvious.
Take that!
Belarusian flag right here. Yes, the national flag of the Principality of Cappadocia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there? Oh, Mr. Carver and Mr. Edgeworth, so you were here all this time. And Mr. Alba, the true criminal. Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. If only I was even a tiny bit more careful, this tragedy would never have happened. I'm truly sorry. This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. Idiot! Curacles, whatever it is. You couldn't chase after a simple thief. Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that? No. Excuse me? How you apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down? Wait till he'll die? And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. Well, kinda obvious who will be the next leader of this embassy. Paleo. Can't exactly have the police, detectives, walking around here forever. You scare the visitors away. At night? So I hope that you can understand how I feel. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabaster and Bubble's police? So close! Just a little moment. Miss from Karma, afraid I made up my mind. Without my permission, can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right? That's not true because there's another ambassador here. That's true, however. As you said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastan, so in which case we are nothing but foreigners in their land. That's really where our investigation ends. Schiffer, you found Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Schiffer, this way. Yo. Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly. If I laid back and took a break, I'll lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang, why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case no matter what. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. Oh, and don't take this the wrong way. Don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief and so. And in these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They're quite capable. At this rate, investigation really will come to a close. So funny. Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do. I'm very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder. Kinda obvious, so you? No? The killer? Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Walls don't lie. And who is it? Well, let me first say that I am not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. It was all Shihna. Langley says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. Truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was the Mask of the Second's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Francisca von Karma. He did this to only continue the investigation. I was the killer? Wait, well, that's impossible. Yeah. Although, that tip is actually quite... Hold your tongue. And that's ludicrous remark you were about to make, whatever it is. Phonograph? Echelon, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am. Doesn't appear to be joking. Yes, remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? Yes, he did. What does that have to do with anything? And that, furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabast and Bubble. Did you not?
Objection!
And where's your evidence that I'm the killer? I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Mr. Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. You grant me permission? say no. It's obvious trap. With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do you? Good. Then let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running oasis. Your pack will be keeping a close eye on you. Can bet your bottom dollar on that. Bottom dollar? What is this? As if I would have any reason to flee. Just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. Seems rather upset, not that I blame you. Expected that you accept no less. But you'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air, like that.
Hold it.
Echelon, as someone related to tonight's case, requests that why getting another notification here. Let me check. Good. Time's here. Him it's 10 a.m. Person from India wrote some message. Chief mercenary on police detective duty? What? You know that? But why bottom dollar? Because of low salary? Similar to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part, and so that I may clean up my superior's mess. I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery. Now it's a peanut gallery. Self-explanatory. But I'm not using the real currency. In that case, I want to join Intel. Still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabasta yet. That's key, and then you gotta let me in too, pal. Can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Karma's in trouble. Yeah, man, let's have a competition to see who can save you first, okay? I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah! I'm fired up and ready to go. By the way, it was kinda obvious that you'll go inside, because when you examine the heuristics, you can hear the case voice. In a song? Well, I never heard, because I'm usually not listening to any songs. And what was the song? As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over. Sounds like this is going to get real interesting. Mr. Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride. Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. Have this whole mess clean up before you know it. Now let's go. Okay, now let's first go over the facts one more time. Medical Ocean's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Alibast's ornamental knives. And then the body of the Mas II, Mr. Kashi. No. Bring back that Leroy Brown? Leroy Jenkins, maybe? By Queen? Because I never heard about it. 70s. was found here in the Alabastan ambassador's office. Through investigation, he found that the murder weapon was this primitive statue, and that it's actually a bubble statue. In this case, no matter how I look at it, yes, it wasn't you, and there's no one else could have pulled this off. Julan, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying? Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious. You were on that trial of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by the Yatarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire. And if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons? Don't worry, I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. If that's kind of real, right? You could... What the heck? Hey, no. Look, sis, I thought I already told you I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Shikna certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. He's right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring could not be deeper than what any of us can imagine. Let's get this ridiculous circus always already. Plot twist? Dog guy accused? Weapon witch in murder? Trick to actually prove? Well, it's kinda obvious what's happening right now. Francisca, you need to calm down, because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. Don't believe you can see the case as a whole and therefore solve it. It is. But don't worry, taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. Only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Fluffy tails. Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of the Mask II. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can figure out how the murder of the Mask II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation. So as I have no good counter argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do. Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started. Yes, let's. One of Alaba's knives was used in Bubble to murder Mr. Cochin. And the moral weapon in the killing of the Mask II is Bubble's primitive statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who terrorized the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. So, as long as I can explain how the weapons moved about, this can remain a suspect? You got it, Mr. Prosecutor? So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I walk through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss. Agent, what I've learned from you just now that you lost sight of yourself. What are you talking about? You're focusing too intently on that which is in front of us. You come blind to the truth. Don't tell me Langsey never said anything to that effect. Prosecutor, who do you think you are speaking about Langsey's proverbs like that? Don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you will need to see the truth. Let's see. One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to murder Mr. Cochin. Right. And the more weapon in killing the killer of the mask. The second is Bubble's Primitive statue. Yes, because they switch it. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' naval security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. Hold it. So you're saying that the primitive statue was also brought over by Francisco? Like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense. And how exactly did she bring it over? I haven't figured that out yet. That's rather a big statement, considering how sure you are. Maybe, but there's one thing I do know for sure. Hold it. Hold it. Impenetrable. I should hardly think so. You've seen the top of the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world could cross all that? Yeah, not even I could climb all that thing. It's all that barbed wire. The only way into the embassy is through the doors in the Theatrum Neutralis. So the only way for the knife and the primitive statue to traverse the two countries is through those security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it! I can confirm that this knife crossed over country lines. Good, but that's not the only thing that did. Mustn't forget about the other weapon. The knife was only one. And that's all? Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Holy shit. Hold it. Was Francisco really the only person to have traveled between the two countries? According to the guards at both doors, she's the only one to go back and forth. The seas there was in Alabas when the Yetigrasser showed. And then, just before you guys found Mr. Cochin's body, she entered Bubble. Think we can assume that's when she brought the knife into Bubble. Then how do you explain the primitive statue? And can't figure that out yet. However, the fact that the two weapons crossed the border proves that the killer must have also traveled across the country lines. By the way, it's already 8 PM. Next week it will be 9 PM. No. But approximately. The only thing to cross the border of the primitive statue and the name? Actually, two statues, not just one, two statues. I should hardly think that those are the two items. I should like, okay, I see what the problem is. So somehow those two objects. We're supposed to show the second starter. Objection.
Objection!
Easy. Actually, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight. Oh? There must the second was killed. It's Bubbles' Paradox statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabas' Paradox statue go? To Bubble? Precisely, and if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point, which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis is the only one who could done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabas and Bubble is her. And that's really true. There's no one else who traveled between the two countries. Actually, there was definitely another person, one who paid a visit to both sides of the world. But it's really so, gentlemen? But now's the time to try and bluff your way out of this. Check out what the guard said along with the security cameras footage. Not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily. But suppose there was some other way other than through the theater doors. But other way. Also, in turn that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I point it out, it opened up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entirely exists, the possible road becomes a possibility. Looks like you got some clever idea in mind. I do, and I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence. Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me this on the road. That's a way to move between the two countries. The wire? Let's show it. Take that.
Take that!
It's not the wire. The other road that smuggled goods took. Window? Okay, let's see what we have. The tip, not. Tram card, no. Hair sticks, no. Revolving fireplace wall, no. Why no? Fires and bubble, no. Photo of Yedega Russell? Possible! Let's see, anything else. Fountain, no. Peak, no. Samurai Dogs, no. Samurai Sparrow. Possible. Patient Flowers, possible. Also, this piece made its way from one part to another. Wheels. What's the heck supposed to show here? Should it be a photo? Cold meat. Think about photo, 'cause why not? But why also must work? Why the heck didn't work? Take that.
Take that!
Yeah, this one. It's already 3 hours or not? I don't quite understand. It's still not? Just 2 hours, 30 minutes. Okay. But it's better to make it, like, equal. So today I'm playing for 3 hours, and tomorrow I'll finish the game in 3 hours. Maybe 4 hours and 4 hours. We're exactly in the middle of this. Agent Lang, I'm sure you're familiar with the unforgettable photo. Supernatural photo? Like I said before. Humans can't fly. No, of course not. Understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that Shikna somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. How can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? The statue itself? But not humanly possible? Eureka! Very well, you'll have your explanation. Sounds like you have a good idea, simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo blurry trail shadow is... which statue? Maybe it doesn't matter. Take that. Take that! Take that!
Take that!
This is the face behind the shadow.
Now go back!
No! So they said that you better have a good explanation. Can make heads or tails of what you're trying to say with that. It's not this one. Okay, let's use another one. Why is it here it matters which statue? So show the bubbles. Show this one. Take that.
Take that!
Finally. Does it matter? Naturally, the shadow is a third smuggled object. The primitive statue replica. Big pot? Can't be serious. The grandson, Rosa Callista Yu, dressed as Agent Shikna, was inside bubble. She dragged the replica statue up and closes and launched it through the air.
Now go back!
It's actually how it was in maybe second game. A lake fat? Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in the explanation. I know I did. Makes sense. She launched it through the air? Now the way. How exactly did she do that? It's literally burned his fangs at me. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? So that this remains unsolved, won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Yes, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? So just before the murder, Francisca was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, then that's maybe another avenue we can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I'll need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma. What are you up to now, pretty boy? Earlier you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for him. Fall down? Think they used wire to move it? For that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask you what her side of the story is. Do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth? How dare you? As I've said numerous times, there's absolutely no proof that I'm the killer. As Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too. I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I would like to hear about your movements in this room. Francisca, feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. Alright, so what would you like me to talk about? I'd like you to please testify to your movements in this room till the murder occurred. Alright, let's try this your way for change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place you under arrest faster than you can howl no. As you wish. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabaster Embassy. After I saw the still samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I turned to the Rose Garden for a bit, checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, Skull begged the Ambassador Alba to his office. I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Yes, of course. I see. But now the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Francisca about your testimony in more detail. So just present, obviously. Which needs which word? All of them? Hold it. Hold it!
Hold it!
Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? Security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Yetagarasu had planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. And in the end, the Yetagarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden. Even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Who'd thought that she would use a shadow? Why she? Hold on, Francisca. She must still be nursing a grudge, or the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself. Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden, and we were aware that the speech was set to start soon thereafter. And where was this one? Hold it! Hold it!
Hold it!
So you were at the theater as well? Yes, and I suppose you were also there as well, watching that stage show. Well, yes, Francisca was there. Well, after the show was over, and I saw the Still Samurai off, hold it!
Hold it!
At that time, the second's body had yet to be found in this room. Is that correct? That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One can hardly miss his rather large presence. Criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not lying? Well, if you need proof, I'll be happy to oblige you. Seriously? Like I keep telling you, when I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants. I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. Alright then, add that statement to your testimony and let's hear some details. So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he? Watering flowers on the windowsill. Cannot present it right now. Let's press this one. Hold it! Hold it!
Hold it!
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants in the windowsill? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on this side, however, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, and when you enter the room, his body would be like a wall. He would be blocking your view of what he was doing, and that's not correct? I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him. But fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. He knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me. It's a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right? I suppose. His reason is spend a little time talking about his flowers and obtain them himself, screwing them with the utmost care, you know? Yes, the plants in this room, they're all like my children. The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully too. All 4 of them are in full bloom. 4? And where the other 2? Miss von Karma, what did you say just now? Saying that the flowers are growing beautifully. About that statement, do you not understand? Do you not understand? Do you understand why a certain thing is the way it is? I'd like for you to append that statement to your testimony. Very well. Well, it's kinda obvious now. Too easy. Objection.
Objection!
Francisco, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts me on this piece of evidence. Disappear that way. I knew it! I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis. So, Edgeworth, what are you doing discrediting Miss von Karma like this? Yes, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir. All I've done is state what I saw. I've made not a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I'm still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles? At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant. Let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove? I believe the answer to it will become clearer if you were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy. We love flowers, hold them with the utmost care. We ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth. I understand. This patch of soil looks as though it has had something removed from it. What are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor? How do you climb up all of a sudden? Still here, waiting for an explanation, you know? Did you know, Agent Locke? Flowers are best appreciated in silence. so you can hear them growing? Looks like two things were pulled out of this flower box. This Southern can has a rather robust design. So, Edgeworth, are you telling us stuff we can clearly see for ourselves? Plus, you keep wasting time talking about that. Mr. Karma's gonna get arrested. But examine something else. What should I examine? Flowers now? Name of these flowers. I believe they called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they're actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by this plant supports. Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, looks like there are only two here to me. You realize, don't you, sis? The little lie has failed you. Edgeworth, hurry up and shut this man up for me already. Suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I? But I don't have evidence. Not yet, I still have a thing or two left to examine. Which evidence can I show? This flower box, it appears to be made of marble. But that way. But so what? Something that's so important that you absolutely had to mention it? No, not exactly, but... Edgeworth, you do understand our current situation, don't you? Yes, of course, I'm fully aware of this situation. In that case, allow me to ask you once again. Is what the flower box is made out of really all that important? It appears that the construction of the flower box is not that important. Why not? What's the keyhead supposed to show here? I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require. You do you? You have such confidence in the face of your current plight. But I highly doubt I'll last until the end. You howl like a wolf, John Lang, but we'll see if you have any bites to back up that bark till you see the evidence. The truth the passion flowers reveal can be seen in this piece of evidence. Some photo maybe? Wait a second, I don't have photo anymore. What the heck? No. Okay, let's check everything. Videotape? No. Trump card? No. Hair sticks? But of course! Take that!
Take that!
Sticks. Yes, I have to, but now I read about it. Check now, who was supposedly in bubble the entire time had these hair sticks on her. That look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers. Seriously, how are you using hair sticks? Why do you need hair sticks? And so what? If you want to make your hair to be smaller, you just can simply cut it, right? That's it. It's really all that important in the case. Of course it is. It means that we have found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight. Think about it logically, Agent Lam. These sticks were originally in alabaster. but somehow they wound up in Shikha's hands. He was in bubble the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and statue. Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in bubble. How? How did support sticks find their way to bubble and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there. So that's... I don't know why, but he knows. Edgeworth, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape. Just another stick, isn't it? And so it is, but the shape of the support sticks is what is important. For when they are used as something in this room, it's when it all comes into focus. And the object completes the picture when used with the support sticks is... What? No, there's not so much objects here. Why it's supposed to be spur? Why this one? An object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks. Well, it cannot be statue. It cannot be knives. Why is the head supposed to be sword? You can complete it with the spur, I believe. Why? They have something like rings, but... okay. I don't know. What the heck is supposed to select? Why is the heck I cannot... I cannot open my inventory and check how they look like. It was stick something round. On backup statue? I had never seen any backup statue. Okay, let's select statue, but I don't think it's statue, but who knows. No, it's not the statue. Is it obvious? Someone used those with this. Okay, now I can check them one more time. Reminds me of sword. Okay, I think I must save here. Is it possible to save? Because I don't want to start this chapter from the beginning. The answer should become obvious to me if I just think calmly about it once more. But the only thing that can really connect the two offices together has to be this. Connect two offices together, and the object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks is... None? You cannot select none. This also looks like it supports. Oh, wait a second, but of course! This one! But I don't understand what should I select. It's definitely this flower. Why is it here it's not? We even have another item. Because we have what is this? This one. The peak. Now what about the middle? Still not? Spent too much actions on this. What about Sparrow? Also not? What? It must be this flower. The knife? Let me check everything here. Oh, wait a second! The crossbow! I'm going to reload here. The crossbow, for sure. You can shoot them. I don't know why, but you can shoot them. Start it. But I understand what was the speak now. In the beginning it was not obvious for me. That's a crossbow. Wait, is that really a suggestion? I am. These hero sticks, or rather, blunt support sticks. They make for perfect arrows. Wait a second, in crossbow you're using bolts, not arrows. Bolts, isn't it? Donut. Found the common thread. It connects the two offices. Well, in the games that I played, it's called bolts. Who knows what in reality. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fires these sticks as arrows? Always bolts? So, contradiction in the game. There must be a common thread that ties all these things together. Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all. Because it was fire, of course. So Bubble's statue was dropped in the Edgeworth's clothes and then shot all over here. And if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with the statue tied to them. Don't think I need to tell you that the primitive statues didn't sprout wings. You realized, after all, aren't you? The primitive statues didn't sprout wings? Of course they didn't. What you understand, I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation. But you need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind. The primitive statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time and explain this mysterious phenomenon to you. Because it was not shot. Okay, let's print them because... What? Hold it! Hold it!
Hold it.
But that's incredibly sad. Just happened to have been caught on a film, resulting in this photo. And what incredibly sad it was. This photo was taken by a freelance photojournalist, right? Yes, so I hear. And not every photojournalist is known to be honest, right? Especially not the ones that sell photos of spirits and giant creatures to tabloids. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many a time in court. But there have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. If you had ever stood in a court of law, you would know that it's entirely plausible. I believe the stuff you're spewing right now? Courtroom suddenly is a strange place, if what you say is true. But there really is something odd about that photo, no matter how you look at it. Hold it! Hold it!
Hold it.
But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, do you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the wings they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions. It's the launching of my conclusions. What the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues. It's gonna solve this. If it wasn't a statue that was tied to the arrows, then what did the crossbow launch? Finally it was changed. Objection!
Objection.
Actually, why it's objection when it's supposed to be like that. Finally, yeah, the wire. Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. I present to you that which was scared by the arrow from the crossbow. Objection. And now, Mr. Prosecutor, well, it's another example that AAA projects are using. If it's constantly objection during testimony, it will be objection here, despite he's not objecting anything. He's providing the evidence or answer to the question. But alright, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Cochin's office. All the way from the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy down to the 3rd floor of the Babalis Embassy. Babalis. If what you're claiming is really what happened, then see how Lalabast's chromatic statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor, but not up. But then what about Bubble's chromatic statue? The shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Bubble. Going in the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Bubble's Embassy up to the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy. How do you explain that? Huh. I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick works. I don't understand. Actually, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? This is the motion that was employed to smuggle Bubbles' chromatic statue. Rotary motion, swinging motion, bungee action. It must be rotary. I believe it was done via rotary motion. If the two statues were transported simultaneously, Catrio statues would collide somewhere along the way. Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the two offices? If you shoot an arrow with the two ends of a wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed. Once he says, don't object and call a success what is beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires, the top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway. Edgeworth. As you know, the Primitive statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure, and the fact that Bubble statue is a hollow replica of the real statue would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Lancer says, "How?" What's the hint? Here's what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirator sent themselves up in the two different rooms. The co-conspirator breached the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. And the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. Why the heck was two balls were used, not just one in this case? After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired. To send the wire back here without actually putting it down below the surface. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, heading the other end of the wire down to Bubble, where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hit it inside the grandfather clock. QED? What the heck is QED? Checking. QED. Latin phrase, quote, erat demonstratio? That which was to be demonstrated? How is supposed to pronounce it? QED? Well, because the dots here. Very strange. Call it the Edgeworth? This proves it, right, Edgeworth? That I'm not the killer. Not yet, sis. I still had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? The proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you prove that's what you said is what happened? But remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir. I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, but there's one more piece of evidence. One more? Should be interesting. You think, think. You have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. Thing that's made it possible to create a single belt out of lengths of wire. I believe that it is right here, this very room. With this selling fan, supposed not to withstand the weight, but okay. Now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. But what else? Yes? Looks like you drop another bomb on us again. The last piece to the trick are 2 pulleys. Precisely. Selling funds double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there's one installed in each of the offices, selling funds made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. But before he said that it was just gravity, because one statue is heavier than another, now they're funds. This must be it. It's how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. But wait a second, if it's going down, he'll hit it. He'll hit the wing. And I doubt the removal. But okay. You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set out this rather large and complex stage show. You still remember this case? Needs to be someone who had thorough knowledge of the existence of a selling fund in both the Alabastrian and Bubbly's offices, and that the passion flowers support stakes could be used as arrows. The mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food. Why so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do? There's no point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident. Bullpile. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. Apparent that I have no choice now, but to rush in. As a piece of evidence that he'll point us to who the mysterious mastermind is. Not the person, but it must be the evidence. What the heck is this? I don't know. Any ideas? Videotape? No. Trump card? No. Arrows already used. Revolving fireplace? No. Wire used. Fires and bubble? No. Photo of Yadagarasu? No. Fontaine? No. Peak? Why should it be peak? Samurai's dogs. Samurai's sperm. The statue again. Patient flowers. The mask. The second note. Tape? I think it's too early for tape. But Batch? Why Batch? Bills. Wait a second. The arrows itself? Because it's related to this ambassador. But just for fun. Let me try this. Take that.
Take that.
Yes. This smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. I have planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big. that Miss Von Karman didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both officers had stolen funds tells us that the person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So, as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan. To understand why do you need this guitar pick still? What? Watering plants? Not a long time ago? But... okay, but I don't know parts of what is this. Obviously it's part of this floor on the wall. I don't know. You're the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, can only be you, Quercus alba. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I'm sure that he's the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that? I understand you need to doubt me. However, there's one thing that stands out to me as very odd. Just one thing? The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. We were to examine the focus of this complex trick. I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. What the heck I must examine? Peek finally! Or maybe the statue? Which one? Used to be real, has been swapped, it's a fake. Was used as a weapon. Here, let's present this. Take that. Take that! Take that! What the heck? Take that! Take that!
Take that!
Oh my god. I would fully understand the reason had the situation been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real primitive statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primodox himself? I see. Master, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission. This guy kind of looks like the stealth samurai, don't you think? It's because they look alike that he was picked to be the goodwill ambassador. Suppose that's possible, Look at this area around the base of his neck. Looks like a gap. Yeah, you're right. There's some gap. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret? Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction. What? Hurry up and open it, Miles. Alright, here goes. Nothing. Did it open up? Ah, prints, but of course. I've already forgot about them. This thing that fell out. And if a more thorough examination of it is required. What in there with this? Hey, this what I think it is? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills. Somehow, the period that we at long last arrived. At the exit to this complex labyrinth, finally holds within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why their replica was smuggled into Alabas to begin with. The permanent statue can only be handed by the ambassador or the secretariat, and the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After seeing the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Shigna, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damask II and then, in order to frame the still samurai of the murder, he carved the samurai sword in what? Well, Ambassador Alba, kinda interesting that this Japanese last name Aiba is Alba. You're the leader of the smuggling ring? The country is a mess, and it's all because of you? You're the one who killed the Master II? Answer us. And coaching as well. I never thought that you would figure things out on this level. However, there's one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin. Quite. Screwing around. Have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt into a dead man. If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader. Quercus Alba. It's not good to speak with such subjectively, you know, Jinlang. If the... Wait a second, looks like Cochin was not related to smuggling at all in the first place. Because he wanted just to steal the statue. Not some plates, etc. Subjectively, my conclusion is anything but in the result of logic and instigation. Logic and instigation? Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Miss von Karma. But say, how old was he? 31? Oh yeah. Don't think you can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you? It's already 9 PM. Time to go to sleep. Looks like you still don't get why I came back. Excuse me? You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. Well, Zico, the plot twist which you wanted. What? Agent Lang, I demand an explanation. Seriously, I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. You did? I knew that this whole incident had been... How the heck I should pronounce this? Meticulously planned and prepared for. Meticulously or something. So naturally the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without an ambassador's permission, couldn't get in to take another look around. So that's why you put on this big show and accused Francisca of the murder. Listen, Francisca, at the bait, you were able to gain us entry investigative rights. Cucumber? Yeah, if I hadn't done that, doubt the ambassador would give the key to to poke around. So, it's all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Angela, for giving me such a great opening, I thank you. You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, and you would be able to figure out the real culprits with your special brand of logic. The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor, not just as I think it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right? Don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man gets what's coming to him. You're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you? You were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt into the seas. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me. Angela, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof and motive and possibility. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity. Dignity? That is nothing more than a false, insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. New music? I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that the counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue. You saw a real statue. It was that in your country, the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything. Doesn't make sense? Why doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? It's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us. The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. Can somehow find that proof now. We can see to it that justice finally served. Will be another investigation. That nothing can use to break this case wide open. The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Matt from the police. The boss, illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can be allowed to use such piece of evidence, but we are not in court. Needless to say, we, from Karmas, are commanded to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary. The only way to bring someone like that to justice is to do so outside of the court. That's what we thought at the time. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma, and I won't follow the path of the Yetagorasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? This means that we'll never show the tape and the card. Oh, will we? If I want to pursue the truth, I'll sully my hands in an illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. How many endings is this game? Will it be like, I believe, the sword game? Several of them? What is the law and what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? The choice is one I must make by my own hand here now. You the trump card? It will be game over immediately? Don't use. I am prosecutor, and I can't allow myself to use evidence such as this. So Edgeworth, you don't do something, Ambassador Alba is going to get away with that. I'm wrong? I know, but
Objection!
to holding back for. The only thing Von Karma should pursue is the perfect proof. If you really do have what it takes to complete our argument, then there's absolutely no reason not to use it. A loop itself to begin? It never ends? Never.
Knuckle back.
Lancy says, the reason people judge people is because people are people. People weren't born to be chained to the law. Laws were born to protect the people. You're the only one here, right now, who can put this guy out to pasture. And it is the only way a second or third generation of Gen-fast people will be born. Can you really still hesitate knowing the fates of a nation rest in your hands? There's no limit to the law. Any limits that exist was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, the law, too, crosses into new territory. What reason the laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this. So there was no choice again. I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates. Oh, that's what it is? This card was sent to the real culprits behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manicochin. So why do you have such a card in your possession? Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Itagarasu. The Itagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense. And let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ring leader? Have you known that the card is not the only thing I was given? What? This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KJ8 incident. KJ8 incident? The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate. Very interesting. I must admit I am very curious now. Very curious indeed, in this case deciding pieces of evidence you presented. And the Itagarasu has been chasing all this time, now stands before me. And allow this man has had free reign for 10 long years to simply walk away. Now the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me. Looks like that's all for today. So, what is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me? Oh, seriously, how much left? Trump cards and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bat's words will be realized. Have you Gamshan? Yes, sir. What you see here is security footage shot just before the KJ8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggler ring. Section that proved that the card was used to relay an order. I must present the card.
Take that!
As you can see, Mr. Kochan, Mr. Kochan is holding the card in his right hand. I see. Here is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. And that card, and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are. They are, does it now? There's a very easy way for me to prove that they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. You mean the blood? Dark blood. Yes, this you prove. Prove that the orders on this card were played out in the terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KJ8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that is fact. Can you use all blood for DNA test? Does blood contains any DNA? So blood is kinda liquid. I don't know. Usually when somebody needs the DNA test, they use saliva, right? I have no objections. I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. But short time. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building is an official Kadopian garment car. What? That of Gamsha, if you could please magnify the footage. This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Kadopia.
Take that!
The shape of this pocket and the directives card in it. Is it destroyed? I think it's already destroyed. Sold. Tells us that without a doubt, this person in this car is Mr. Kochan, because even for saliva you need to put in specific liquid. So it must stay liquid. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera. Anyway, I don't know, because I never tried to investigate this. And that's it. We can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day 10 years ago. Just so I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day. Huh. Huh. You've done well, boy, to make it this far. Okay, I'm checking how much left and continue tomorrow. Detective me? I think there are plenty of things left. Let me one more time check this. There was this. No, not this one. Don't want to make a short stream. Ah, here it is. So, according to long play, 2 hours left. So maybe we'll be able to finish it in 4 hours. Anyway, tomorrow is Friday, I can play forever. So I'm saving right now and continue tomorrow. Time to go to sleep. Tomorrow I will be playing until I finish it. Well, it depends on Kraden. When exactly he'll be watching my anime that I requested. So it will be before it or after it. We'll see. Who should I rate? Same question as usual. Let me check who's online. doing this? Six AM? How he said it? Cover? No. Cravat. Cravat. It's called cravat. They don't really remember. According to long play, 2 hours. So I believe for me it will be 4 hours. But I'm not sure. Maybe 5. It's like the end, but there's plenty of text, etc. Alright, where is the button? Where's the heck of the button? They constantly hiding it. It was always here. Why is it here disappeared? Gosh. Kimetsu is playing? Okay. Let's rate. Why didn't I notice him? Switching back. Here. There. Close. Open. Done. So thank you for stopping by. See you maybe tomorrow. Cube, Woman, Rich Cat, everyone else. Kraden still here? And I'm supposed to sleep. He don't care. Bye. Good night.